Can we talk to you for quickly? Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. We want. Faster, Michelle, me. All right, so folks, welcome. Welcome. This is Corn, and I'm Jaraisi. It's a Prince Joe here at the Executive Mansion, covering the President First Cabinet meeting of 2026 here at the Executive Mansion. So there's a pictorial section where the President is taking pictures with his cabinet members, directors, ministers, advisors. They are all here to take pictures with the president, and after this picture section, they will then go into the hall for the official meeting. So this meeting is intended to be a whole day meeting. The president will, the president and his cabinet members will be reviewing sectors, performance based, and etc. So, Theo, let's take it up, etc. So, let's see if we can talk to President Columnius. Minister Crab, can we talk to you for? Yeah. Well, yeah. We want to talk with it. No problem.
So we'll start briefly, Madam Minister. My name is Anthony Williams. I'm from the Liberia Broadcasting System, and a few of my colleagues.
Yeah, Jaraisi Joe from Spawn.
And your fellas from QFM.
So the question is quick. This marks your first and crucial cabinet meeting of His Excellency since you assumed the role of the Minister of Youth and Sports. How does this feel?
This feels fulfilling for me as an individual, for also for the young people, having not just a representation of the youth, but someone that is a youth seated at the table to contribute to the national discourse and agenda. I hope that this engagement at cabinet level will help us to ensure that policies and decisions made by the government is reflective or are reflective of the desires and ambitions of young people.
And are you obviously you will make use of this opportunity to put forth on the table issues concerning the young people of Liberia?
Definitely.
Thank you. So that's Cornelius, the speaking, the Minister of Youth and Sport, and this is her first cabinet meeting 2026, and she assumed the office of the Minister of Youth and Sport. So we just decided to highlight her, talk to her briefly on some of the issues that she will be addressing at this cabinet meeting. So the president is trying to get in. So let's just snap cabinet members as they work in for the cabinet meeting. So that's the education minister there, running from the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, making his way to the TO. That's our EPA director there, and that's the security advisor to the president. Okay.
Madam Fufana, my name is Anthony from LNTV, my colleagues from other media institutions. President Walker is holding what I can describe as his first crucial cabinet meeting of 2026. Bring us up to speed.
Definitely, as you've mentioned, this is the first cabinet meeting of the year, and this one is crucial, as you stated, because this is looking
specifically at the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, the status, the progress so far, the challenges, and what needs to happen to recalibrate or calibrate, where the country is going, where the government is going, where the president is going with the agenda. So it's like a ticking stock of what has happened so far, where we are, and where we intend to go. So officials of government are expected to make presentation, particularly the key engine of the implementation, which is the Ministry of Finance Development Planning. That's a major presentation that's coming up shortly after the opening, and other presentations will come along the way. But basically taking stock of where we are, where the challenges, and really recalibrating where we should go.
The meetings usually do have an official team. We're hoping we can hear from you. What is the overall theme for this year's?
So this year's is focused on the status of the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development.
All right, thank you, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Also, share with that.
So, folks, now we're here, and the media is about to start. So let's just go around, and that's the Minister of State sitting there, and we have the legal advisor to the president sitting there. We have the Minister of State, Monica Ability, and next to her is the Defense Sport Minister. That's Mines and Energy. That's the Information Minister there, and that's the Health Minister, Public Work Minister, Internal Affairs Minister. That's Minister of State. And that's the Minister of Justice, and Minister of Commerce. And then we come on my far right. Come on my far right. Come on my far right. Next to the Vice President, we have the Finance Minister. And next to the Finance Minister. Next to the Finance Minister, we have the Defense Minister. Next to the Defense Minister, we have Post and Telecommunication, we have Commerce. Seeing this person, okay, we have the Education Minister there. We have the Minister of Agriculture, we have Labor Minister here, and just limit. And just limit. So again, this is cabinet members meeting. So it comprises of ministers and directors. We have directors from different sectors that are here to be part of this crucial meeting here at the tea house of the executive mansion. We have the Port Authority. Mr. Tukle is here present. We have the RA about to here. We have Water and Sewer. We have EPA. We have ADC and name it. Deputy ministers, advisors, directors of different sectors are here. So now the agenda has been sent for review it, and after the reviewing, the president will then make official remark, and after his official remark, then the meeting begins. So this meeting is intended to last up to the evening hour. So it's not just a 1 minute, 2 minute meeting. So the meeting is intended to last up to the evening hour. So after the review of the agenda, after the president is done reviewing the agenda, then after that, they will begin the meeting. And this meeting, according to the presidential press secretary, this meeting will focus on the finance minister plan, the plan of the financial sectors of this country, and he's going to be reviewing, providing updates, and followed by all sectors doing their presentations, key sectors doing their presentations, and providing some license achievements. So this is a review on how far the arrest agenda have gone and where are they to be in the next years to come. So this is a whole day meeting, and right after the reviewing of the agenda of the president, followed by the president opening remark, and after the president opening remark, the meeting begins. So we are here up to waiting for the president remark. So that's Mr. Kwabu there. He's the cabinet director. He is the one chairing this meeting. So that's the policy document there from the Ministry of Justice. Policy document from the Ministry of Justice there. It's been shared for review. So that's the policy document there. Ministry of Justice.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Vice President, members, distinguished members of Cabinet, heads of SOEs invited to this cabinet meeting, I would like to say welcome to our first cabinet meeting of the year. As you are all aware, a full schedule for the year. Cabinet meetings have been circulated, and I'm sure every member of the cabinet has appealed to you to organize the schedule accordingly. Because cabinet meeting is an obligation, because cabinet is the highest institutional body of the government. Today's cabinet meeting will build on a single agenda item, and that will be a discussion of progress made so far on the implementation of the AID. As you are aware, the AID is our development plan that was made to span 5 years, ending in 2010. So it is a singular roadmap that will track our development as a country over the next few years. So today's cabinet really is to get at least an idea of how much progress has been made on the AID. There will be reports on the 6 pillars of the AID. In this meeting, we've also provided pillar heads, many of whom are cabinet members, co-pillar leads, sector leads, many of whom are from the SOEs and the government agencies and institutions. So we will have a few new folks, faces in cabinet this morning. We invited the NPA, Water Sewer Corporation, the EPA, LEC, and the Governance Commission. Mr. President, we also have in our list a new member of Cabinet, and that is the Honorable Cornelia Kua, Minister of Welcome, Madam Minister. So with that, Mr. President, I turn the floor over to you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning again. Welcome you to this cabinet meeting. And we now call the meeting to order. And as usual, we ask somebody to pray for us. Normally, the person is on the right here. And whoever sits there, we give that responsibility. Want to welcome all of you, and some of you have been on trips. We're happy that you are able to get back safely. And I think you've already been told about many other cabinet ministers who have not been to cabinet meeting. Tingma, have you been here? Or sent you to over? Okay. Any other? Okay. The cabinet meeting, you have the agenda. Critical issues that we need to look at. And one of the reasons is that we've been coming to cabinet meeting, but sometimes the agenda is so long, we're not able to exhaust it, or maybe we don't get much out of it. So maybe doing the encapsule like it is, we'll make a good try to see how much we can do. According to the agenda items, economic transformation, infrastructure and development, rule of law, governance, anti-corruption, environmental sustainability, and the human capital development. And these are very key issues. In fact, key issues to governance. But let me start by thanking all of you. I think a lot of ministers have really gone overboard to do a lot of things. And when I say ministers, let me also add managing directors of public operations, some of whom have gone very much overboard to do a lot of good things. With all the criticisms, we know that a lot of good things are happening. People who want to notice good things are getting happy, and we want to show appreciation to all of you who are making this happen. As a matter of fact, I think that's one of my weaknesses, to notice the good in people. A few days ago, I had to write a letter to the goalkeeper of the Arsenal goalkeeper. And the letter, I think, had been delivered to just show when somebody does good things. I mean, I've seen people writing goals, but it's an exception. Not just, even if I were to see it in another. And so it is always encouraging, not just to criticize people, but to also recognize the good things that people do. So a lot of you have done good work. We hear even at public works that have gone wide and doing a lot of things in communities. It is not necessarily so that for everything you do, we personally tell you to do it, but it's within the scope of your work to do the things that you're supposed to do. Of course, we take the blame, but so be it. We know that in the long run, people will begin to appreciate the good things that are happening. Nobody likes to see their houses demolished and they build them. But of course, when they flood, the government is responsible. Everything bad, government is responsible. So we have to do certain things to help them for the future. I hope there was a way that we could make them know our real intent and how we become reasonable with them, but it's the best thing to do for the future of this country. So I want to thank all of you who have gone overboard to your ministries to take some very hard decisions to make things work. That's what we need to do. A lot of things have gone wrong for too long, and people beginning to feel that that's the way it's supposed to be. Today's cabinet meeting is focusing on very key issues. But I'd like to start with not just welcoming you, but to express my appreciation for some of the decisions you're making, some of the things that are happening, gender, education, whether it be general services. I think people started appreciating the EJS building, because that building was there, was not painted. It doesn't show even work to people who gave you something and they don't see you do something about it. But we must stay focused. That's the work we're supposed to do. And among all the criticism, I'm sure there are more people, especially people who are living overseas. They call, they commend for some of the things they have seen happening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues like the yellow machines that are here that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment opportunities. People who thought that employment will always mean government job. But even people who are working for themselves, there are many people who said they don't want to work for anybody. So when you open up the country, you create opportunities in agriculture, unreachable areas that they can go there and do their farming, where they can control their own income means, and some of those people are very grateful. The machines are here, as always in Liberia. Some places you hear 133, when it's 137, but this is likely to happen. But the machines, not even half of them are here yet. So I've listened to a lot of songs, seen a lot of yellow. All of us are wearing yellow now, so we see that. The fact that you are here, you know what is happening around the world, and that's why they always say, when you climb the palm tree, don't overstay. Some kind of bad breeze might meet you. who expected what is happening now. So sometimes when we talk about what we're supposed to do at the right time, a lot of things are going to change with what is happening in the Middle East, and especially for countries like ours, going to harm us. And this is why we should take control of things that we're supposed to do and do them timely. Sometimes we take too long to get things done. Of course, you get things done. So soon you will see fewer prices going up. We've been trying to negotiate already with people, suppliers. But for sure, you can't keep that down. It's not you, it's out of your control. So some of the things that we could have done when fuel were cheap, we didn't do. We got to pay high for them now. To do, and I'm happy that some people are already ahead. The economic committee met to examine the situation and to begin to think as to what are the measures to take. Of course, a few days ago we talked with some suppliers of products. We're going to have some shortages. Maybe they will tell you whatever we have in the stock for how long. Some business people are already starting to take advantage of that. But we also are preparing to make sure that our people will bear the burden, but it will be in a way that they won't throw people out of business completely. Another thing we notice is that the cabinet is a family, and quite often we have programs, and a lot of cabinet ministers are absent. Maybe they think that by discretion they want to come or they don't want to come, but we don't look at it that way. Unless where you don't have the chance to come, but cabinet programs are a must. Because if you don't come, then who do we expect to come? For example, the other day we had intentionally had this program for the diplomats and the people that you work with. And we said the diplomat and the cabinet ministers. And we're a little bit disappointed that very few cabinet ministers turned up. We don't want to go into the habit of saying, if you don't come, this will happen. But definitely, we're going to be taking note of that. And in some instances, we're going to take some punitive measures for people who habitually don't come to programs and without excuse. The performance record is still been taken. The director of cabinet told me that a lot of people have been reluctant, but this is something we require people to do, because how else do we keep track on what you do? We have to see your performance. We have to see that you deliver, because months go, the year go by. We're in our third year by now, and a lot of things should be in place. And I hope the Director General is keeping record of that. And for those people who have not been responsive, now that it's quite understood what it's all about, we hope that you gear up to do that. I've been a little bit thinking about with $8.4 billion on the AAID, how do we realize this 8.4 billion? Maybe for some of you, you will need explanation. Maybe the minister will give it to you, but this is a goal we have set for ourselves, and we all have to work in concert to be able to accomplish this. It is what we said we're going to achieve under the AAID, and unless all of us can work towards it, we're not going to be able to achieve it. Job creation is very important. And you know how much burden we go through. Everybody who wants to come here, they're thinking about investment. They'll go to your house, come to your office, come to this. You have to see them. You're not in a photo mood. They want for you to take photos. It's difficult to tell them when you can't. But as much as we hear about people coming, investors, and everybody bringing them, we haven't realized much of it. Of course, some of the investments have been done in the way some investors have been encouraged, and a lot of things are happening, but there are very key investments that we must see happen. And I'm saying that for the Minister of Mines, especially as with respect to the Putu mine. We're now going to put the Vice President completely in charge of that to make sure that our Putu mine, and not just that we want for it to happen, we avoid pitfalls, because we're not going to take our resources and put them to the hands of people who are not going to perform, people who are going to front. We've passed our age. We're going to make there are specific requirements, no matter how long it takes. We're not going to give up on them. Making sure that the entity that takes it has the resources, they have the competence to manage such huge resources. They also must make sure that value is being added. This is where the world is going now, and we cannot overload those. But that doesn't mean that it has to be forever. So we hope that the Vice President will actually sit with you people. And why I feel very reluctant to tell people not to go on trip when we get these letters. I'm sure there are some trips that we can forego. But if we don't see that things are moving to move the economy, to create employment, some of the trips we're not going to allow people to go. There are some trips that some of the older men, like I've said before, can go. Everybody want to go. Everybody want to go. Not only that it costs money, it takes time. And you know, here where some meetings, people must see the principal minister. And when you send people, probably sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes people represent you, but you don't believe that they are well represented. While we are making trips that are extremely necessary, we have to create jobs. This country has gone through a lot of problems. The young people have gone to school, some of them, they're 2, 3 waiting for employment. We have to create those. So we have to think about it carefully. We have to hold back on a lot of trips that we believe that are not productive, but trips that could be delayed, or maybe some subordinate can go, and we make sure that we haven't put a deadline as to when Putu should come to be, but we come to that. Maybe when the BP preside for some time, they will let us know. We got to put a deadline where we have to get a result. Because we got a lot of conflicting stories. The person telling you they're making progress, the person telling you they're making progress. What we want to see is result. And I hope we can work towards result, because we need jobs, people need to work, We need resources. We have commitments to the Liberian people that we need to meet. While I'm talking about that, I also want to mention so many fire everywhere, buildings getting burning. I remember when Amin was minister for short time, at one time he said he went to a factory that people were producing electrical wire and that they closed it down. For developing countries, people think they can push everything here, substandard things. We just dedicated the standard laboratory the other day. It looked good, but it was not just a ceremonial exercise. That bureau must be effective. There are a lot of things that people are being shortchanged here, whether in the toilet issue, whether that bureau has a lot to do with the steel rod that has been produced, the aluminum, the alloy, all of these things. That's the house I live in. I've been there 44 years. The same aluminum is there. I intend to see the same thing, but we also got to be on top of things that we have to what come to this market. It's not a dumping ground. The Ministry of Commerce has a lot to do, and I'm saying that, I'm not emphasizing it. That ministry has a lot to do in terms of food products that come to this country. I see a lot of friends, they are kind. Oh, when Christmas comes, take chicken. We don't have a chicken feed. We are a country that used to produce chickens. And some of these chicken bringing hearts of this and that. We are not here to throw away things to our people. So that ministry, we have to get forceful. They got to work and make sure that the Liberian get the products that are consumable, products that are quality. It's not a dumping ground. And so if we haven't been doing it, let's know the importance of that ministry to the economy. Of course, we've been able to, through the committee headed by the VP, to reduce prices because a lot of things have been going wrong in our place there. People just producing. The business people are ahead of us. They're very smart. It's what they call hitting inflation. You can do it in many ways. You can make toilet tissue look big, but it's not properly compact, and then you can cut down the quantity of perfume in the soap. It's still hitting inflation. You think you're paying for the same, but not the same thing you're paying. We have to be able to tend to make sure that we get quality for the money we spend. And I hope that emphasis with the ministry is not. I hate places where people. One thing I have worked in institutions, there are people that are next door, and not like next door. But I always like to make sure that we get the right people. Sometimes they don't have to like you, but they must do the work they're supposed to do. And it's more important to me sometimes than people will like you. Because you go to some ministry, they don't want to work with this person, they don't like this person. We didn't go look for the matchmate to see who you were like. We were bringing people that will contribute. If you see they don't contribute, you can replace them. that I really want to appeal to them. And the other thing also is to know that we are one government. There are a lot of ministers here who make decisions. They go and undermine those very decisions by going to push the people from where they to resist. I can tell you, nobody here means so much that they cannot be removed. If we sit down and agree on something, if you have disagreement, say it right there. But we cannot agree on something and go and undermine it. We find out how you go. We are running a government. And if you don't know, this country is one of the most difficult. This country has gone through a lot. The Liberian people want resolve. We sit here, we say this is the way things should go. Every minister here has a responsibility. We have a minister of justice, that's our lawyer. If they give us advice that is not correct, they're responsible for it. But we cannot sit and agree on something and you will go and agitate people to tell them don't. Once we find it will come up anyway. Don't find it out. Then you will leave us because then you don't intend to be part of the team. And we see a couple of that happening everywhere. If you don't understand it, it's causing. There are a lot of things here that have been holding up, and I hope that we will work on it. Like the use of the Bombay Road there. By now, we should come up with results. How those people who are mining that area come together for the bypass road, because they will soon start, we'll do the groundbreaking, the goal for the start road. And the people cannot be on that road, and we told them they want to invest. I can't hold you responsible because we inherited this agreement, but we are responsible for anything that happens. And I hope we can do that. I have told the minister I was surprised about Chico to be building a port, whether it was part of the agreement. As much as it's a nice idea to have a port, but for foreign companies to just build a port, and you see it, I don't understand it. But we still are waiting to get resolved as to how that happened and how do we control that. We can't let the people take things out of our hands. So I just hope, and I must admit, we will have very good, quality, competent people in the government, but we also have to be determined to make things work. I told you, we're not coming on anybody's agenda. We are trying to set a new agenda for this country. So I don't know who will have it. And we should all work in concert. And we should all make sure that we deliver to the Liberian people. Forget about the noise out there. You do what is right. And let's work together to make sure this country. For the criticism here, I get more praises from people outside, even friends of the Liberian government. So let's continue to do the work we do, and let's work together. The ministers are there to help each other. It might be one place and we have some idea elsewhere. That's why we're colleagues. So we just want to say we hope that we can go through this agenda today in a reasonable time. And if I have further comments, we'll make them. But we have changes, and they're going to be even more what is happening globally. But again, Liberia is our case. always tell the people who come, I said the mouse can eat, the elephant will not die. What we want for our country is small compared to what you want, but it's our country. And that's what we negotiate for. So let me thank you and welcome you. These are very key issues: human capital, environmental sustainability, governance, anti-corruption. Key issues that we have to address. We have to see what progress we have made, and we have to see what we need to do more. Is Kobalari in? First, okay. All right, thank you.
So folks, that's it then. The president just did an official statement and we're about to make our way out. All right, so folks, sorry for that distraction. We are trying to make our way out of the meeting because the president just gave an official opening statement highlighting some key issues that happen within the government and providing recommendations and also conscientizing those cabinet members or those ministers that will go against cabinet decisions. So he said, no one is above removement. So that was key in there. I think they understood exactly what the president was saying in that kind of a tone. So the cabinet media is on and they had to review the AARD agenda, the arrest agenda for inclusive development, and that agenda was created to last for about 5 years. So they're about to review those plans that were set to make the agenda to be a success. So that revision will be ongoing, and cabinet members, heads of ministries are all present, directors are all present to discuss key issues. What are some of the reasons for which certain agenda was not met as a minister? What are those lapses? And he also talked about the Biochico concession agreement. He said he was surprised when he paid a visit at the concession site when he realized that the Biochico is constructing a port at the mining site that wasn't agreed upon. Is not part of the agreement, and he has set up a committee to look into that and see how they can either put a halt to it or they come to one agreement. So he said, this government is here for serious business and no one is above removing. So that was key on the agenda. Again, I'm Joraisi Israel Prince George, Executive Mansion Reporter, Spoon. And this is how we'll come to the end of this broadcast. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ghanaians and Liberians, I hope we are all doing well. And I hope some of us have started reflecting on our actions and things we said to each other. We are not enemies. Africans should not be enemies. We are family. Divided, we fall. Together, we stand strong. But there are some things that have to be addressed. And a lot of us don't have that intellectual mindset to educate. So we are going to start using our platform. I said it in one of my videos. There are some things that are not being published on the media. So we are going to be using our platform to talk about those things. And a lot of you adding labels on me. You can see me so. You see my color. I'm an African. So keep your labels to yourself. I'm here because I'm very upset. I'm very, very upset. So if you are somebody that is not mature upstairs, you can leave my video. I want to talk to the mature ones, and the ones that don't take sides, they are the ones I want to talk to. When you see right, you call it. When you see wrong, you call it wrong. You will not see wrong with your two eyes and call it right. Right now, we are turning everything into something else that doesn't align with getting justice for Austin, which is very, very disgraceful for we Africans. The foreigners are looking at us as we battle each other. We, like I said, we are not innocent, so we should stop pointing fingers at each other. We have been doing this thing long time ago, thousands of years ago. So please, if you want to listen to me without being emotional, you can stay. But if you are somebody that is emotional and you cannot stand the truth, walk along. Don't watch this video. I saw a Liberian guy doing the unthinkable on social media. You look like Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants. This is Patrick. That's you. You are such an idiot, and you don't care about the country you are from. And you don't have respect for your own nation. So you will not have respect for other nations. This is the reason why we can never unite. Before I address your matter, I want everyone to watch what you have done. Watch.
Your thing we got no tear it the way. They can't only a day. And also be here. Your wicked. Your wicked. Your wickedness. You're very wicked. I'm going to get it here in my heart. Because I care our own people. You're wicked. They think you're not going to be in the oil. Ghanaian people, you're damn wicked. They think you're not going to be here. They just say, you're damn wicked. Care our people in for keeping it. It's telling you just say, tell them to stay on it. You're damn wicked. They think you're not going to be here. You're wicked. I will use it as a full red and work all year with it. You're damn wicked. They think one, they send it for me. Says what said it for me. Sorry, yeah. What they put in a wicked. Can you put a wicked people? I was supposed to that they walk up. This shit. Now you don't even know that wicked people. Very wicked people. You can't get the shade in your place.
Tearing the Ghanaian national jersey, the Ghana national team jersey, tearing it, putting it on the floor and marching on it like it's a rag. Do you know what this act can cost? Do you know? What does the Ghanaian national team jersey has to do with Austin getting justice? You, that your face that look like Simpson, Homer Simpson from the Simpson movie. You, as a guy, I expected you to know better. I expected you to know better. Do you know what you've done? Do you know what this can cost every one of us? Do you know? I will tell you if you don't know. A country national jersey represents millions of people, not only Ghanaians that wears the Ghana national jersey. Millions of Africans, including the Westerners, wears this jersey with pride. Tearing this jersey is like tearing the Ghana national flag that holds the dignity and pride of the country. Do you know what this small act you just did can cost? And you did it in public eye on the internet. This can cause national conflict. And it can anger citizens. This can also bring massive protests and hostility. What you did have consequences. Tearing the Ghana national team jersey shows that you lack character and you don't have respect for Liberia. You, this vagabond and brainless ape, doing such a thing, you must be very, very foolish and stupid for doing such a thing that you did now. Very useless human being. As stupid as you are, trying to prove a point. School is not scam. I've been saying this thing. Before you do some things, you need to search about it if it's right. Because you don't have respect for Liberia, so you will not give respect to another country. Especially in this crucial time, you decide to do this. If nobody will tell you and caution you, I will tell you, you this fool, you are part of those boys that will give girls pregnancy and leave them to carry the pregnancy alone. You are one of those boys I'm watching now. You this idiot. You don't know disrespecting the Ghana national team jersey is like disrespecting the whole of Africa. Because when Ghana or when Africa is going for World Cup, is going to play in the World Cup for our nations, do you know they wear the jerseys and that's the pride of Africa? If Ghana go for the World Cup and come out victorious, do you know how happy the whole of Africa will be? Since nobody will put sense in that your dumb score, I will do so for you. You are very stupid for doing what you did. If it's in some countries, you get arrested for what you just done and you go to prison for it. You're such an idiot. A lot of us have traveled far just to raise flags. Once you are there, eating plain rice and pepper soup, a lot of us have done it. Do you know how far people go just to hold flags and march on streets? Do you know? You think doing this, you are showing that you are fighting for Liberians, you are just showing an act of disrespect to both Liberia and Ghana. This has nothing to do with justice for Austin. I don't know what part of Liberia you are or what part of the world you are right now. If you are an African based in Europe or based abroad and you see this guy doing this thing and you don't caution him, you are also disrespecting Africa and disrespecting your country and Ghana also. We are not enemies. I will tell you guys, we are not enemies. It's time you guys stop doing some rubbish online. If something wrong is going on, me, I will say it. I will say it. What you did with the Ghana national team jersey, the pride of millions of people, is bad. It's bad. This can call for national diplomacy. You guys need to be very careful of the things you are doing online. It can cause damage and anger. Austin death has nothing to do with what you just did. We can all talk and pass our message without being violent or trying to prove a point. Those abroad there, I want to ask you a question. When Donald Trump started calling Africa a shithole country, that's how he called it, a country. He didn't mention continent. He mentioned country, a shithole country. Africa is a country to Donald Trump. You did not take the American flag and tear it, or the American national team jersey and tear it. You didn't do it. But justice for Austin, you are tearing the Ghana jersey. My goodness, I'm so ashamed of you as an African. You this idiot. You supposed to be one of the leaders of tomorrow. But how will you be if you don't think for tomorrow? How will you be if you don't think for tomorrow? That's why I keep saying, if we don't caution a lot of you, you are going to bring damage to this whole thing, and you are going to turn the right that Austin family is fighting for to wrong. Today, I talked to Austin's sister, very calm lady. Even when she speaks with unity. She told me, she said, Ghana police is working so hard. When I talked to her, they were at the crime scene, investigating, trying to get every information for court. And you are here trying to cause another commotion online. You, this Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants, behaving like this. See your eyes. You, this stupid fool, trying to disrespect Africa like this. Let me tell a lot of you guys, I'm even sweating as I'm making this video. I'm going to put a photo on the screen or a video on the screen. I was part of this event. It happens every year. This is the parade of all nations, citizens of the world, working together with the flags of the countries in the world. After we parade with the flags, we go to one big place and watch the flags being showcased on top of a river while we watch the pride of the world, which is our flags.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
you have reached this far, then you must have watched the Starlight or Flash showcase of the entire world. I couldn't show everything, but I just show you some. And you can tell me how many flags you've recognized. Drop it in the comment section. If you've seen your own country flag, drop it in the comment section. Let me know if you are able to spot any. That's the dignity of a human being, to worship and obey the flags. That's why they salute. Haven't you attended school before? When they are putting flags up, what do? You stand and you salute. It's like a lot of you went to school, but you are sitting there doing nothing. You are one of those people, when they send to school, you go and chase girls. We need to respect ourselves and carry ourselves with pride, we Africans. That parade of all nations, you see countries, different flags. And one of the people told me that they have never seen a Liberian flag being raised because there wasn't a Liberian in that community. And normally, every country goes there to raise their flag. I had to take the responsibility to raise the Liberian flag. I'm telling you, I had to do that. It wasn't my responsibility, but because I'm an African, and then when I raised that flag, everybody wanted to see, because all the flags are usually folded and packed one side. So if you want to raise a flag based on any country, you go and take it and raise it. Everybody wanted to take pictures with the Liberian flag. It's just that I lost those pictures. I was going to show you. If some people have been following me for long, one of you should have seen those pictures I posted some time ago. I'm not that kind of person that announced my travels. I went to these events because I'm an African and we need to represent our countries. Let me tell you, going to Saudi Arabia as an African is not a joke, because that country is very racist. But you see, this community is a university. It's called King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. There, where they always have these parades. And in this community, you can live anyhow. That's why you need invitation. Even if you enter Saudi Arabia and you are a citizen of Saudi Arabia, you cannot just enter this community. If you have ever lived in Saudi Arabia and you are watching this video, have you ever heard or seen this community before? A lot of you might have been to Saudi Arabia, but you have not heard about this community. It exists. It was open in 2009. It took 3 years to build this community you see. Even if you are a citizen of Saudi Arabia, you also need an invitation before you have this community. And in this community, you live the way you live in your own country. It's full of different nationalities. In this community, you don't need to cover. You walk, you can wear your short skirt. Nobody's going to judge you. Heavy securities are there. Because what Saudi Arabia doesn't allow, they allow it in this community. In Saudi Arabia, they don't allow beaches. You go to beaches, be showing your asses. They don't allow it. It's haram. They don't allow cinemas. It's haram, because in cinema, you can be kissing and smooshing somebody's ass. They don't allow it there. The way how some people have governed their countries, Africa is not even there yet. This event happens every year in Saudi Arabia. I lived in Saudi Arabia for 2 years. This is my residency. If you've lived in Saudi Arabia before, you should know this. This is my residency in Saudi Arabia, given to me by the Arabian government. This particular event brings pride to everybody. But when you go to the event as an African, you want to cry, because every nation have organized themselves. They prepare their costumes and everything. So all we need to do, we that are there, the Africans that are there, we are not many. So we always do what we could. And normally after these parades, we have to showcase our country food, culture, and how we dance and all of those things. Everybody needs to showcase the country, the way how things goes, because everybody wants to learn. That's why they called it Parade of All Nations, citizens of the world working together. So people go to these events to raise up flags, to respect their countries. And we Africans are here destroying and tearing our own online. This is so disgraceful. Very, very disgraceful. They are watching us and seeing what we are doing to ourselves. Liberians, if you don't caution most of these youth out there misbehaving and trying to prove a stupid point that is going to disrespect all of us, we need to stop this now before it escalates to something bigger that we cannot handle. This thing we think is joke. Ghana has the best, one of the best security agencies. The Ghana police, they are very fast. Trust me, they don't joke. If they say they will get to the root of this matter, they will. And we need to caution ourselves to stop all these online banters that we are doing. Liberians, elders, please start calling the youth to order. You shouldn't join them. We are all together in this. If it's wrong, I will say it's wrong. Please, the first time I attended this event in 2018, I was wearing my cute Ghana Kente dress, but I was the one that raised the Liberian flag. I wish I had a photo. If I found that photo, I will post it on my page someday. I raised the Liberian flag. Everyone wanted to take pictures with it because it looks like the USA flag. I'm telling you, if you can see in these pictures, you see flags. Some of you are sitting here, you have not done any impact for the society or for Africa. It's not about going to all those your trips and posting it online, trying to prove a point. Every time my sister, Venus, will tell me, she says, you have a lot of places you have been to. Why can't you post these pictures online? I always tell her, I owe nobody an explanation on what I do or where I go to. We need to respect ourselves as Africans. Since we lack character, since we lack good character, we need to stop this. This is so disrespectful. This can cause commotion online. If you have the feeling of Africans, you better come online and apologize. I'm not giving you a demand. I'm just appealing to your conscience because you are very stupid upstairs to do what you just did. And everyone watching this video, if you are thinking of something unthinkable, you better stop now before we escalate this thing. The Ghana police is working. So let's stop this nonsense that we are doing online. Liberians, warn your people. Call them to order now. We need to come to our senses. Ghanaians, Liberians are not your enemies. Liberians, Ghanaians are not your enemies. We are family. We should stop these things. Our enemies are out there looting whilst we are here fighting. They are taking our raw minerals and resources, going to better their land whilst we are here. And every time we want to refuse them, they want to sanction us. They call us criminals. They give us bans here and there from entering their nation, their states. And we are here fighting. They can come here anytime they want to, but to go there is a problem. How many times some of you have applied for visas to go to one of your favorite countries and you have never been able to acquire that visa. Don't be stupid. Africa is one. Let's stop what you are doing online. That's all I have to say. Advise yourselves. If you don't have sense, those that have sense should start talking some sense into a lot of you, because this foolishness is going too far. Be warned, please.
Liberia, a small country on the west coast of Africa with a big story. A story that many people around the world have never truly heard. When people hear Liberia, different images comes to mind. For some, it's history. For others, it's struggle. For many, it's simply a name they've heard but don't really understand. Liberia is one of the oldest republics in Africa, a nation founded with a unique history shaped by resilience, survival,
You know, I was waiting for my daughter, my Ghanaian daughter, to come out. But you know what? She came out. She imparted so much knowledge in that woman. Describe her. This is what we want. I knew I could come out, but I knew that somebody would come out and defend Liberia, because the young people these days, they are well educated, well inclined. They know much. They know too much for themselves. So you're listening. I don't want to delay yourself. Just listening.
Hi guys. Hi Lawrence and hi Ghanaians that are watching this video. I know a lot of you, immediately my video starts to play, on the first thing I say or the few things I say, you start to comment because you either want to correct me or you want to defend. But if you watch my videos, you learn one or two things. And if you think you know better than what I'm saying, you can set your camera and go and educate. You don't need to watch my video, just go along. Because for me, I like to express myself the way I feel. Do you understand? Now, I've been seeing one Ghanaian lady. In fact, I shouldn't just say Ghanaian lady. I should just say Shrek from Temu, that looks like a donkey and looks like a rejected sacrifice from the gods. Her videos has been moving all around. Watch.
Liberians, shut the fuck out. One accident has happened. We are not saying that the boy's dead is something right. It's not right. But Liberians, the fuck out. The massacre that you Liberians has done in your country, can you count it? If you know how to apply justice, you should have stopped that massacre. Massacre that you kill your own people, Liberians. You kill your own people and then you run to Ghana for refuge. Shut the fuck out. If you know how justice is, you should have stopped that massacre in Liberia. You've been killing each other like a fowl, like chicken. Shut the fuck out, Liberians. Ghana is not your mate. Ghana is not your class. Ghana is far gone. We gone. We gone. If we want to fight, we will fight with Americans, not Liberians. Liberians, you guys are just like ants that we can crush any minute. Shut the fuck out. If you want justice, first of all, solve the justice in Liberia. Liberia, you guys massacre each other. You run to Ghana as a Liberia refugees in Ghana. We have Liberia camp that we accommodate you people. We feed you people, so shut the fuck out. Nobody saying that boy that died is right and it's not right. But shut the fuck out. If you want justice, that massacre you did in Liberia, first of all, go and resolve that issue before you come and talk to your boss. We are your boss, Boss Chena. We feed you people Liberia. In Liberia camp, Kaswa, Budumbura, you guys are just there that we feed you. So shut the fuck out, Liberia. We are not your equal. We are not your class. So shut the fuck out. You yourself, you've been killing each other. You've been killing your brothers and sisters. So if you cannot resolve your own issue, don't come and use Ghana to tread, because we will choke our hands in your eye.
Madam, before you talk to Liberians, brush your teeth. See your eyes. That's why I'm saying that you look like a rejected sacrifice. You people are the ones dragging Ghana down. You people. People like you and Unity Key. A lot of Ghanaians don't want to be mixed up in this your rant between you and Liberians. A lot of Ghanaians don't want to be mixed up in it. So if you want to come out to banter words with Liberians online, please use the word I, don't use the word we. Because if you use the word we, you are allowing other Ghanaians to be dragged for no reason. Because it wasn't them that murdered Austin. It wasn't them. So please, in this crucial time that you've chosen to fight with Liberians, don't drag every Ghanaian along. Because this kind of character that you have, if I look at you now, you look like a donkey that they have been humping for years. You look like a drug addict. See your eyes, see your lips, so black. As if you've been smoking drugs all your life. That you have used all your youth to not do anything with your life, to not even acquire knowledge as a youthful woman. And at this stage where you're supposed to enter house and keep quiet, you want to drag every Ghanaian along to come and fight Liberians online. When somebody's child life has been taken, if that boy was your son, will you be talking like this? You, this woman I'm seeing, you like problem. You, this Shrek. You look like a Ghanaian from Temu. That's how you look like. A rejected sacrifice. You want to talk to Liberians. You are using the word we. Who are the we you are talking about? If Liberians are talking based on anger, you, as an illiterate, you shouldn't be the one to come out to defend Ghana, because you have no idea of Africa's history. I saw that your video telling, making statement like, Ghana discovered Liberia. Are you mad? Is something wrong with you? Do you know the age of Ghana? And do you know the age of Liberia? I know you are an illiterate, but your sense, you didn't use Banku to eat it. You have it. You are working with your brain. I will not say because you are ignorant, so I'm going to leave you alone. Stop this your nonsense rant you are doing online. Ghanaians are not asking you to fight for them. So go and sit down. With this your old age, I don't know, you look like you are younger, but now you look like grandma, because see all the bags under your eyes. You are saying that Liberians are notorious, but look at you. You look like you have been smoking weed all your life. See your lips, how black it is. You went to draw eyebrows. Have you even the Liberian refugees in Ghana here? They are better than you now. Just look at you. If Ghanaians want to banter words, do you think it's you that they will send to fight for them? You that is not intelligent. You that is not intelligent. That's why I'm telling Liberians exchanging words with you guys, that most of you are illiterate. You will never see an intelligent Ghanaian coming out to speak on this matter. You are opening that your rotten mouth. See all your teeth. When somebody give you one punch now, all your teeth will fall down, and they're beating somebody, and you are here coming to talk. Meanwhile, it doesn't concern you. It doesn't concern you. You were not part, you were not on the scene. A lot of Ghanaians that are out here bantering words with Liberians don't have even the foundation of the story. So keep quiet. You, this woman, keep quiet. If you want to be a patriotic Ghanaian, don't do it at this time. Don't do it at this time. Keep your racist self in your house. Don't be stupid, madam. Dragging other Ghanaians along to be insulted and dragging the whole country along. They should catch you and praising you guys. Because this is not how you fight for the country. We have governments to represent the country. Liberia have governments to represent the country. And this social media that we are using to utter some things, they can never forget. So, madam, if you want to do your rubbish, not this time. Not this time. Never open your mouth to talk about somebody that is me. I'm a mother. I'm a mother. I know how it pains a woman before she can give birth. If you don't have children, good for you. But to give birth, the way it pains, 9 months pregnancy, and throughout that 9 months, what you go through, talk less of giving birth and they beating your child to death. And then when you come out to talk about it, they are telling you to keep quiet. Can it happen to you? Can it? Madam, please, respect yourself. Liberia and Ghana are not equals. Forget that the country is like that. If Liberia did not go through civil wars, but now that country would have gone far. Since you are so old, so I'm going to come down to your level. Liberia was not discovered. That's the first thing you need to learn. It was already there. In fact, the whole of Africa already existed before the Europeans came. Liberia was also never colonized like other African countries. It was in 1822 that the American Colonization Society sent free slaves from America to Liberia. Even before the free slaves were brought to Liberia, Liberians were already on that land. Don't be dumb. People on that land were the Va people, the Kru people, the Pele people, the Grubo people, the Gula people, the Mano people, the Loma people were already on that land. Being dumb is not an excuse to come online and rant. As an African, you need to know the history of Africa, including the 54 countries in the whole of Africa. You need to know the history. Even if you can't put everything in your head, at least have some knowledge. It's very important. You are talking about massacre. You massacre yourself. You massacre yourself. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. Do you know how many years Africa have been massacring itself? Do you know how many years? You were not even born during our ancestor days. We started enslaving ourselves. The white came to start buying us. Since you are so dumb, you don't know your history. We started enslaving ourselves before the white people came. Those people only came to Africa because of wealth. They wanted to get wealthy because we had it all. We are so blessed. You are there talking about Liberians massacre themselves. Africans are used to killing themselves since you don't know now, since you are so dumb, and it's not only Africans that do that, even the Western world, they have conflicts. You don't know what was happening in Russia. Are you so dumb? It happens everywhere. Conflicts happen. Misunderstanding bring problem. That's why I was upset with Mr. Bassa, Kim Bassa, because he can come out and talk normally like everybody's talking without adding politics or like without dragging Liberian politicians down with him. And you, if Ghana want to bring somebody to represent their country, do you think it's you this donkey? Do you think you are the one they will call? Do you think you are the one they will call? You think this is jollof rice we are talking about here, where all of us will be battling who has the best jollof? Do you think this is about jollof? You, this woman, as old as you are, instead of you keep quiet and caution Liberians and tell them, my fellow Liberians, please, it's not the time for us to fight. It's time for us to come together to get justice for this boy. And you are here fighting them, dragging every Ghanaian with you. So when you are doing your nonsense, use I, don't use we. Nobody sent you. You brought yourself to open your mouth and talk. Ghana have so many intelligent women. Even if it's about social media, there are so many intelligent Ghanaian content creators. If it's about battle words, they will come out, not you. So as old as you are, since you don't want to respect yourself, I'm going to tell you that you are a Ghanaian from Temu. So you need to enter house. You need to enter house and keep quiet. This thing that happened here, nobody is happy about it. Nobody. And this thing that we all keep doing online, dragging both countries down and saying things that we cannot take back. You see, words are something that you can't take back. Even if you try to forget, you always remember. Because if you are having confusion, you need to relax before you say some things that you cannot take back. Yes. So please shut up your mouth and enter house. If you don't have anything to do, go and sleep. Go and sleep and stop what you are doing online. You are a disgrace to Ghana. When the younger ones are talking and dragging words with Liberians, you, the older ones, supposed to come out and say, please, guys, let's not fight. Let's not fight. You, as old as you are, don't you have children? If you haven't given birth and you don't have children, maybe it's because of this character. That's why God didn't give you kids. Yes, that's why God didn't give you kids. But if you have kids, then you must understand the mother of this boy, what she's going through. Trust me, this is not about jollof rice issue.